Day for Women for two special reasons, and the Opposition Free National Movement charting the way forward. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jamila Mizek. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the official opening of the new session of Parliament held today in the nation's capital. The proceedings featuring the swearing in of new members and the speech from the throne by the Governor General, which paved the way for the new legislative agenda for the new government of the Bahamas. The speech from the throne being delivered from a new location and attracting well-wishers from across the country who were eager to hear firsthand the new government's agenda. The Governor General, His Excellency Cornelius A. Smith, delivering the speech from the throne, proposing what the government calls its blueprint for change. The speech outlining the government's commitment to executing good governance established on the principles of transparency, integrity, and accountability. The plan mentions prioritizing public health and wellness initiatives, including building new hospitals in New Providence and Grand Bahama. The speech also outlining plans to restore the Bahamian economy.
My government will amend the VAT Act to lower the rate of VAT across the board to 10%. My government will focus on issues that will rescue, restore, and strengthen the economy. My government will pursue strategies to address infrastructural needs of the country. My government will pursue measures to stabilize public finances and increase public revenue. My government will implement a debt management plan to address the historic debt burden and deficit.
As for Grand Bahama, the island is expected to be promoted to harness the power of the maritime industry. The government also expressing commitment to introducing a number of initiatives to support the growth and development of the cultural and creative economy. Additional plans include achieving greater food security and introducing a regulatory framework for the cannabis industry. The Davis-led administration also intends to make the economy attractive to local and international investors.
The government will expedite the development of the airports in Exuma, Grand Bahama, and North Eleuthera, and will advance the development of all major airports across the Bahamas through public-private partnerships. My government, in collaboration with the private sector and non-governmental organizations, will implement immediate relief measures for Abaco, Grand Bahama, and Ragged Island.
The speech also makes mention of enhancing social assistance programs, including an increase in pension for senior citizens, as well as an increase in benefits for persons with disabilities. There are also plans to increase the country's minimum wage and phase in a livable wage.
My government will work to ensure that the natural resources of the Bahamas benefit our people. My government will strengthen legislation that establish a sovereign wealth fund. My government proposes that all of our non-financial assets will be held in this fund for the benefit of generations of Bahamians.
The government also looking to implement job programs, increase access to affordable housing, provide opportunities for young people, access to education, and fully implementing the provisions of the Freedom of Information Act. Local government on Family Islands and New Providence is also a priority.
My government will capitalize on the ongoing successes of the industrial sector on Grand Bahama and use the investment arm of the Ministry for Grand Bahama to create a one-stop shop to attract new, local, and direct foreign investment by way of duty-free concessions across the entire island.
The speech closing by noting that the government looks forward to working in partnership with the Bahamian people to bring about a healthier, wealthier, and wiser society. Now, prior to the speech from the throne, the 16 members of the Senate and 39 members of Parliament took the official oath of office. Then it was time for the selection of Speaker and Deputy Speaker for both the Senate and the House of Assembly. Lachelle Adderley was elected as President of the Senate, her deputy Barry Griffin. Adderley says she will preside with impartiality.
I am a woman from humble but honorable beginnings. The daughter of Christian parents who were self-employed as a seamstress and building contractor. They were proud of their deep roots in Burnt Ground, Long Island, Driggs Hill, and Mangrove Key, South Andros. From the nestling of Ranger Street, Chippingham, to the hollow halls of the Senate chamber, I am a living testament as to what God can do when you work hard, fear Him, and place Him at the center of your life. My humble beginnings reveal the lesson of my story, that any Bahamian child of this soil, especially the little girls, can rise, bloom, and ascend to any high office in the greatest little country on the face of this earth.
In this upper chamber, we may belong to different parties, but we serve one country. We stand united in our pride and prayers for every man, woman, and child born to this Commonwealth. We in this House must work together to build a future that includes all Bahamians.
A female speaker was appointed to the head lower house as well. Patricia DeVoe, MP for Bamboo Town, will serve in that capacity. She becomes the 55th Speaker of the House of Assembly. The Deputy Speaker will be Sylvanus Petty, MP for North Eleuthera.
I will aim as high as I can to maintain the decorum, respect, dignity, and fidelity in the proceedings of this honorable House. I assure you that I will claim from His Excellency all of those ancient rights and privileges that have been historically afforded to members of Parliament. These rights and privileges extend beyond those of ordinary citizens, particularly the privilege of freedom of speech. I would urge honorable members not to abuse these privileges.
I will do my endeavor best to make sure that order is kept. And I warn you members, be careful. We are here to do the people's work, and you have to take the chip off your shoulder. It's not yellow, it's not red, it's not green. It's time to put the Bahamian people back into this Parliament House and make this a truly honorable House. I will do my endeavor best to make sure that order is kept, this distinguished House, and be fair to all individuals involved.
Following the selection of the Speaker of the House, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Brave Davis commending Speaker Patricia DeVoe for being the second female to serve as Speaker. She follows in the footsteps of former MP Italia Johnson, who in 1992 had the honor of being the first woman to be elected as a Speaker. The Prime Minister then extended a warm welcome to the remaining members of Parliament, 24 of whom are new members of Parliament.
At a time of great crisis, we should greet this infusion of new thinking, new perspectives, and new energy with the warmest of welcomes. It is indeed a very serious time to become a representative of the people, a time when our challenges are great and the needs of our people many. I congratulate all of our fellow members and pray that each one of us works hard and well for our constituents and for all Bahamians. We must all respect and honor the rules, customs, and practices that have guided the conduct of members of our House and ensure that democratic principles are fully entrenched in everything that we do.
The Prime Minister also commending the Bahamian people for ushering in a new day and for the peaceful, serious, and measured manner in which they exercise their democratic rights. Given the overwhelming win and current challenges, Prime Minister Davis says it is time to get on with the business at hand.
Nonetheless, the election last month did send a message. Bahamians said loud and clear that old answers are not the solutions we need to build a new future. And there's no time to waste. The day of reckoning is here. Problems that were postponed too long must now be confronted. Many of the choices which lie ahead will not be easy ones. But if we have the best interests and the dignity of the Bahamian people as our North Star, we will rise to the moment. Even as we move to stabilize the nation's finances, we need to invest in new healthcare capacity and to get our children back into classrooms that are safe for everyone. We need to build an economy that is dynamic and exciting enough to answer the doubts of every young Bahamian who wonder if their future can be built here. We have a moral imperative to transform opportunities in education and employment and ownership. We have to build for the future, even as we confront the present.
The House of Assembly is expected to resume on October 27th at 10 a.m. Meanwhile, National Vice Chairman and Chairman of the Grand Bahama F&M Council calling the opening of Parliament a historic moment in the country, and he admonishes all Bahamians to work together for a better Bahamas. The F&M suffered a massive defeat at the polls on September 16th, winning only 7 of the 39 parliamentary seats. According to the National Vice Chairman, the party is now in the process of determining the way forward. Ramiko Knowles has more.
On September 16th, Bahamians across the country and abroad exercised their constitutional right by voting. The results were not in favor of the Free National Movement, which left party supporters searching for answers for questions like what is next for the Free National Movement. National Vice Chairman and Chairman of the Grand Bahama F&M Council, David Thompson, says that a series of meetings are underway.
The F&M party is now engaged in a constitutional process of meeting with the 7 MPs, meetings with the executive committee of the party, and meetings with the National F&M Council, the next such meeting being on Thursday, tomorrow, to plan and to prepare for F&M convention in November in Nassau.
He says the plan is to re-energize and revitalize the F&M, review the party's leadership, and consider the way forward to the next general election.
We will, in a changed F&M, consult, have wider and broader consultation not only with the F&M, but also with the people of the Bahamas.
Now, as it stands, the Free National Movement is facing several challenges. Thompson identifies what those challenges are.
The challenge of rebuilding, the challenge of revitalization, the challenge of leadership and a new direction and change for the party. Those are all critical issues to be considered, determined in the way forward.
But he says the most critical challenge is establishing stability.
If we could establish stability, we will bring about unity. So unity and stability are what we seek.
The remarks come following criticisms the party received regarding its selection of senators. Thompson says it is the prerogative of the opposition leader to select 4 senators to assist the legislative team in its agenda in the House of Assembly, as well as the Senate, and he stands by the selection.
I believe that the F&M in its Senate appointments would have done its very best to ensure that the legislative team is strong, vibrant, responsive, and a part of a team that will take us forward as we try to revitalize our F&M party.
Now that elections are through, Thompson wishes the Davis administration much success on their plans for national development. Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Home Design Center is your one-stop shop for all your home and office needs. Whether you're just completing your new home, redecorating your office, or remodeling moms and dads, our chic interior designers are able to cater to any look and need. Located at the Gold Rock Complex, Freeport, visit our 20,000 square foot showroom and find exactly what you've been looking for. Call us today at 351-6561 and speak with one of our furniture experts. Home Design Center, make your house a home.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear hard hats, steel-toe boots, and climbing belts. They don't prowl the streets at night looking for the bad boys. They're the good guys, saving us during our darkest hours, putting their lives on the line every day to make ours brighter. They're the ones you call because you know they'll be there every time. It's not easy being a hero. Sometimes they're painted as the villain. But if there's one thing all heroes have in common, is that they don't give up. They're always fair, focused on helping those in need. Because for those heroes, it's more than a job, it's a duty. Some people try to be heroes, others just are. At Grand Bahama Power Company, we are proud to know a few heroes, always there for you.
It's Barkin Shop's National Heroes Day sale, 25% off store-wide, excluding underwear and red tag items, October 7th, 8th, and the 9th.
We planned for where we are today. A strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were. Now, you get to see who we are. We are alive.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, continuing their efforts to promote self-sustainability through backyard farming. This morning, 3 local farmers were presented with hydroponic kits to assist in their efforts to expand their backyard farms. Project Officer for ADRA, Monique Dean, says this is an ongoing project that will help Bahamians to become less dependent on purchasing fresh and healthy foods. The Member of Parliament of Marcos City, Michael Pintard, adding that he remains committed to this partnership.
So the systems are brought to you by ADRA, and it would not be possible without the Moore Foundation. These systems are actually more advanced than the community gardening kits that we distributed a few months back. These actually, they include seeds, fertilizers, but it's more of a widespread. You'll be able to grow more. And we actually have somebody coming, one of the vendors coming, to actually show these farmers how to use it. Because we know that that was one of the difficulties from our community gardening kits prior. A lot of people didn't know how to use it. So we wanted to make sure that these farmers, these local farmers, will get the full benefit of using these systems.
Two of the recipients, Esther Berger and Colette Williams, say they have already begun growing vegetables in their backyards, but now they are even more excited about incorporating hydroponic farming into their gardening routine.
I have here on my phone, this is just backyard farming. If you can zoom in on this, Mr. Cameraman, this is just like 3 5-gallon buckets of sweet potato that was grown in my front yard. Okay? So, and we got other stuff going on, but we're really thankful for what we have here, what was donated to us. Huh?
I want to say thank you to Audra for giving me an opportunity to experiment with hydroponic. I have always done in the ground growing, and one of the things I'm excited about growing is lettuce. I enjoy my leafy greens, things like spinach and Swiss chard, and I heard that they grow very well in the aquaponic system, and that is something I would definitely love to grow.
Member of Parliament for Marco City and former Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Michael Pintard, says he will continue to promote the backyard farming initiative.
The Marco City constituency team is committed to working with various stakeholders to ensure that the Bahamas achieves food security. We believe that to the extent that we are involved in backyard farming, community gardens initiatives, as well as commercial farming, we would reduce our dependence on foreign imports to satisfy both the quantity of food we need in the Bahamas as well as the quality of food. And so we're happy to be partnering with ADRA in making sure that we could provide the latest technology in food production, hydroponic systems, aquaponic systems, to assist our residents in meeting their personal needs and by extension the food needs of our community.
Stay with us. Jay Philippe has our evening sports report.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Well, sports is gradually making its way back on the scene locally. One of the sports leading the charge is tennis. President of the association, Nitish Kabarid, has an update. The Grand Bahama Tennis Association is launching its tennis program once again. President of the association, Nitish Kabarid, is thrilled about the upcoming community tennis clinic to be held at the Freeport Resort tennis courts.
It's a community tennis project geared towards children ages 6 and up, and we will be teaching them the beginning tennis skills. For example, forehand and backhand, showing them what the tennis equipment looks like and how to use it. And we will be featuring skilled tennis instructors, including coaches Danny Rigby, Nathan O'Connor, and Doris Knowles. And it's going to be right here at Freeport Resort for 4 weeks each Saturday, beginning from 10 to noon.
Now, the clinic will be a little different, of course, because of COVID-19 protocols.
Due to COVID, we're keeping the numbers each week to 25, but we want all of the children that begin on the first week to complete on the last week this month. And we're really interested in not just showing them the beginning tennis skills, but we're interested in retaining them in the sport of tennis.
Joining in will be Lisa Clark.
From my experience, the tennis clinic has been very good. We had some of the top juniors that started out in the tennis clinic. And from my experience, you know, tennis is a very expensive sport. So I commend the Grand Bahama Tennis Association for having free clinics to teach the kids how to play tennis.
Now, in women's soccer on the college scene, Grand Bahamian Gabrielle Sims and her Kansas City women's soccer team picked up a pair of wins over the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks and North Dakota State on the weekend. So far, the Kansas City Roads are 4-8 on the year and 2-0 in conference play. The Roads will look to extend their winning streak this weekend when they return to Kansas to host South Dakota State later on this week before they take on South Dakota on Sunday. And finally in sports, it's win or go home for MVP Jonquel Jones and her Connecticut Sun tonight in Game 4 of the WNBA semifinals. The Sun trails the best-of-5 series against the Chicago Sky, led by Candace Parker. Now the Sun will need to win tonight if they have any hopes of extending the series to 5 games. That's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
It's Barkin Shop's National Heroes Day sale, 25% off store-wide, excluding underwear and red tag items, October 7th, 8th, and the 9th.
Mother Nature has always been my inspiration. There's magic in every seashell and in the curve of every majestic tree. I design wearable arts. Jewelry should tell a story, your story. My clients love being able to choose their charms and bling, creating their own unique design. It's personal, so it's priceless. We all have our individual style. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. So why fit in when you're designed to stand out? I'm Tanisha Carey, your designer. Welcome to Baja Gala.
Transparency, honesty,
and accountability are what you deserve.
You deserve a smarter grid.
With meters that show you where your energy is going.
A modernized grid that share all the data and allow us to proactively address the issues. A resilient grid that notifies us the instant your service is disrupted. You deserve the highest standard of service.
With a smarter grid and modern infrastructure.
This is why advanced metering infrastructure
is here.
Becoming a BTC postpaid customer is fast and easy. And what's more, by signing up, the deals are instant. Tell us about some of the deals available for postpaid customers.
Well, we always have amazing deals available for our postpaid customers. We have up to 75% off any device that we carry. And you can also get up to $300 off of a phone if you're an existing customer. A new customer, you can get a free phone. And that's some of the amazing deals that we have at any of our major stores.
Let's talk again about switching over from prepaid to postpaid.
Okay, when you switch over from prepaid to postpaid with any carrier, you can keep your same number and you can come into a BTC store and your service will not be interrupted at all. Your friends and family won't even know that you made the switch.
And for new customers, what is the process like for them to become postpaid customers?
For a new customer, you just walk into the store, have a government-issued IDs, passport, driver's license, stuff like that. And once you do that, it'll be that simple. You could just visit one of our reps and they'll help you.
And tell us about some of the postpaid packages.
We have packages to suit any lifestyle and any budget. And whether you're homeschool, whether you have working from home, whatever it is, we have something here that will suit your budget.
So what are you waiting for? Visit any of our BTC locations and sign up and become a postpaid customer. It's fast, it's easy, and it's rewarding. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corval Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here next BTC Connection.
King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Hello, Gail Wright. You are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you so much for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, the new government speaks of transparency, integrity, and accountability. History made as 2 women head both houses of Parliament. 23 deaths added to the COVID toll. And a teen, one of 2 people killed in separate shootings last evening. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. 22 days following its landslide victory at the polls, the Davis-Cooper administration presented its comprehensive and ambitious plans for the future. Those details, a reflection of its blueprint for change during the election campaign, fleshed out in the speech from the throne, officially ushering in a new parliamentary session.
Less than an hour's speech from the throne outlining the government's agenda and priorities for the forthcoming session and how it proposes to achieve them within the time it has to get it done. A key plank of its many objectives, social upliftment. As read by Governor General His Excellency Sir Cornelius Smith, the government reasons that as it vigorously pursues avenues of progress, it will not leave behind the most vulnerable or the discouraged. To that end, it will enhance social assistance programs, implement immediate relief measures for residents of Abaco, Grand Bahama, and Ragged Island, and work to ensure every Bahamian has life skills, food to eat, clean water, and a roof over their heads.
My government will increase the pension for senior citizens. My government will increase the benefits for persons with disabilities and ensure that the provisions of the Persons with Disabilities Equal Opportunities Act are fully implemented and enforced. My government will introduce legislation for the protection of consumers. And my government will increase the minimum wage and phase in a livable wage.
The RISE program is also expected to make a return, along with the added promise to bring relief to mortgage and rent payers to prevent an increase in homelessness. As for the vexing issue of crime, the plan there is to tackle this by adopting an holistic and multifaceted approach.
My government will continue to strengthen the Royal Bahamas Police Force to battle crime and preserve the peace, and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force to better defend our territorial sovereignty. My government will transform the Bahamas Correctional Services into a rehabilitative institution in alignment with its mandate. My government, after the broadest consultation with stakeholders, will seek to reform the electoral process.
With a crippling expenditure and staggered revenue, jump-starting the economy also critical for this new government.
My government will amend the Hotels Encouragement Act to provide better incentives for Bahamian-owned and joint venture boutique hotels and related tourism offerings. My government will introduce legislation to create tax incentives for small and medium-sized enterprises owned by Bahamians. My government will reestablish harmonious relations between labor, employers, and the government.
Other takeaways: the proposed introduction of a regulatory framework for the cannabis industry. The former Minnis administration had gotten as far as a draft legislation more than a year after receiving a preliminary report from the National Commission on Marijuana. Through the Governor General, the government also made it clear that it will not tolerate corruption and that it is committed to introduce effective anti-corruption legislation.
My government will govern for the many, not for the few. And promote the best interests of Bahamians and the Bahamas. My government will increase accountability and transparency. My government will fully implement the provisions of the Freedom of Information Act. Measures will be introduced to amend the rules of the House of Assembly to enable fixed sessions of Parliament.
While addressing the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, investment in health infrastructure, reducing value-added tax to 10%, and introducing legislation to dispose of emergency orders are other elements of the Davis administration's blueprint for change. Again, through the Governor General, the new administration stressed that despite taking office during a mismanaged health and economic crisis, it is committed to restoring and strengthening the Bahamian economy. Thanks was extended to healthcare professionals for their service amid the pandemic, and a commitment made to construct new hospitals on both Grand Bahama and New Providence. In the face of historic debt and deficit, the Governor General says the Davis administration will also introduce a debt management plan.
My government will focus on issues that will rescue, restore, and strengthen the economy. My government will pursue strategies to address infrastructural needs of the country. My government will pursue measures to stabilize public finances and increase public revenue. My government will implement a debt management plan to address the historic debt burden and deficit. My government will amend the Procurement Act to strengthen provisions for Bahamians' participation in government procurement at all levels.
Government also intends to invest in the creative economy and again launch the Sports in Paradise program to attract major sports events.
My government will restructure the Bahamas Investment Authority to streamline application processes and develop a new marketing strategy. My government will consult with key stakeholders and appropriately amend legislation to provide increased tax incentives and concessions for domestic investors. My government will transform approval processes and launch Bahamas Invest to retain competitiveness and mobilize local and international investors to grow the economy.
Well, now that you've heard key pullouts from the speech from the throne, our Anthony Smith garnered the views of some A-list attendees.
The opening of Parliament kicking off in grand style, but not in a similar fashion from that of previous years before. This time taking place miles away from Parliament Square, an historic moment within itself to mark a momentous occasion. It's something former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, calls a novel experience for the country as it continues to navigate a peculiar circumstance.
I'm happy that they did it because it gave a great number of people a better opportunity to see what was taking place, to be a part of what was taking place, and really truly to be a witness to this quote-unquote new day.
The government making the decision to move Parliament's first sitting to the Baha Mar Convention Center in order to accommodate a larger number of persons as COVID-19 social distancing. The ongoing demolition and construction of the Churchill building in Rawson Square also coming with its limitations. And while this particular sitting of Parliament is something that has not been seen in recent years, many say it should perhaps be considered again for this very same reason.
A lot more Bahamians are in tune with governance and what government is all about, and they want to actively participate. They want to actively participate in their governance. And I think any government, any sitting government, anything anyone that's pursuing being involved in government, know that the public wants to be involved. They need to be involved.
This move spurring conversation across the country. Residents hopeful that this signifies it's time to bring Parliament to the people. However, whether an event of this kind will take place again in the future remains to be seen.
You know, today has been a great day in the Bahamas. It's been a different day. It's been Parliament at Bahama. And I don't think we'll ever see it again, quite frankly. I hope not in any event, because, you know, I would like to go back to the historic, traditional setting of Parliament and the way it functions.
Parliamentarians are set to meet in the House of Assembly again on October 26th. Antoine Smith, ZNS Network News.
Well, thanks, Antoine. Still to come, the details of an overnight shooting that leaves 1 dead and 2 injured, and illegal Haitian migrants head back home. Tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour, starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m., all right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
A lot has changed over the past 60 years, but at Commonwealth Bank, our mission to build lifelong relationships with our clients remains the same. Our customers are more than just a number. Our customers are our family, and together we create banking solutions that fit your unique needs. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Being the best is not a destination. It's a journey. You gotta give your all every day to get the right balance of speed and stamina. And when you draw on that speed, you get the winning performance you expect.
BTC shares this relentless pursuit of winning performance from our network to your home. Switch to the network with a team dedicated to winning speed and performance. BTC, the Bahamas' best fiber network.
KFC Saucy Wings gives you the choice. A precisely calculated chicken to sauce ratio for that perfect wing experience. Or a totally wild, completely coated sauce adventure that transcends traditional flavor boundaries. Whatever your choice, get sauced with KFC Saucy Wings for the perfect amount of flavor. Saucy Wings at KFC Nassau. So good.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wanda Rogers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Manish Sharma.
Hi, I'm Dr. Valencia Johnson, Director of Ambulatory Services at Doctors Hospital.
I'm the Director of Imaging at Doctors Hospital.
I'm a pediatrician here at Doctors Hospital. I am vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I am fully vaccinated against COVID. Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Do you know that adherence is more than taking medications?
It calls to you to stick to the medical regimen as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Please keep your lab appointments, as these determine the effects medications are having on your body. Follow-up doctor's appointments are necessary, as this is the time when the doctor performs a physical examination and discusses any test results and any concerns or issues you may have with your course of treatment. Sticking to prescribed diet and exercise regimens can improve medication effectiveness and contributes to overall health and well-being. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Two COVID dashboards showing a combined total of 23 additional deaths, 17 of them reflected on the October 4th dashboard, the remaining 6 on October 5th. The victims in the vast majority of cases, residents of New Providence. The youngest of the group to die, a 41-year-old man. The deaths occurring between August 10th right up to Saturday, October 2nd. These latest numbers pushing the toll to now 582, with 60 deaths still under investigation. Death's not the only thing climbing, though. At last count, 141 people were battling the virus in hospital, 16 of them on the intensive care unit. As for new cases, October 4th and 5th pulled in 53 and 43 cases respectively, giving an overall count of 21,458. Well, who's behind the triple shooting in the Camp Road area last night is the burning question detectives want answered much sooner than later. So far, we can tell you that officers were called to the Apache Alley area after 8 p.m. Here's what Els Police Press Liaison Officer ASP Audley Peters shared with reporters on the scene.
On arrival of the first responders, they met a silver vehicle with 3 occupants within that vehicle, 2 of whom were suffering from gunshot wounds. The occupants include an adult male, an adult female, and a juvenile female. The adult male, who was in the driver's seat, succumbed to his injuries on scene following the examination of the emergency medical personnel. The juvenile female, who suffered injuries in her abdomen, was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital. We appeal to members of the public who may have any information in respect to this incident to contact the police station or the police department at 502-9991.
Now, also on the scene, Member of Parliament for Freetown and Minister of National Security, the Honourable Wayne Munro, QC.
Well, let me say first that my heart goes out to the family of the deceased. I would have been notified of this event both by the Commissioner of Police and my aide and by my campaign associates in this area. I recall canvassing the young man who was murdered this evening. Crime, as I said previously on my swearing in, is something that's a function of people deciding to do something. And so this evening somebody decided that they were going to take a firearm and by the means of that take the life of one young man, endanger the life of 2 other people.
A juvenile shot and killed in a separate incident last evening. Police say this one taking place just after 9 o'clock in the Cowpen Road area. We're told the young man was standing in front of his home and a gunman shot him about the body before fleeing on foot. The victim was taken to hospital where he later died. Investigations are ongoing. Well, as expected, repatriations resumed today with the first flight leaving for Haiti with 129 migrants on board. Officials have confirmed that the second Bahamas Air flight was another 128 Haitian nationals, 110 males and 18 females. The repatriations follow a mass conviction in Matthewtown, Inagua on Monday after 294 males and 74 females all pleaded guilty to the charge of illegal landing. They were subsequently granted a conditional discharge on the promise that they do not return to the Bahamas without permission of an immigration officer. Early deportation was also recommended at the time.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
SLS Bahama extends an invitation to an unforgettable feast for your senses. A night of world-class entertainment, exquisite cuisine, and bespoke cocktails, all giving a taste of SLS.
So Taste of SLS is a collaboration of some of our most amazing chefs. As you know, SLS and SP is known for our food and beverage, and we have some of the most unique, most exciting concepts in Bahamar. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flying 10 of our most famous chefs, some of the most desirable restaurants here on island, such as Clio, Karna, Fila, and Katsuya. And we're going to essentially fly in the celebrity chefs to create an evening of celebration. So we're going to celebrate food, wine, having a good time, and essentially all of that will be topped off with a live performance by John Legend.
Taste of SLS offers a buffet of ticket options for persons to indulge in.
But this is definitely going to be the flagship of Taste of SLS. We've done events, in Qatar, we've done events in Dubai, and of course Miami. But this one is very unique here because the event will take place in the at Baja Bay, which is of course our brand new water park. So you have John Legend on top of a surf rider. We have a ticket capacity that's quite large, and of course, one of the most exciting things that we do on top of all of our celebrity chefs, we're actually introducing a Bahamian station. So very proud to celebrate, our location, celebrate our chefs and our people. So we're very, very excited about this, Bahamian station that will of course be, powered and represented by our amazing Bahamian chefs. So we have 3 different experiences. We have the silver ticket, which essentially gets you access to all of the food, all of the drinks are included for the entire event. And if you want to enhance your experience, we have a gold ticket, which puts you in a section that's a little bit closer to the concert and also gives you access to the after event. So after the concert, we are hosting an event in Sky Bar. So the gold tickets and up will give you access to that, perhaps get a chance to mingle with John Legend. And then we have the platinum experience, which is very limited to about 80 guests. And that will essentially give you access to a skybox, which is on the 2nd floor of our Umami building. And you're essentially looking right down at the concert. So there is no better place than that.
To purchase your ticket to this meeting of the senses, visit sbe.com. I'm Electon Olds, and this is Tourism Today.
How's your day going?
In a word, busy. 6 a.m. gym, 7 a.m. breakfast, 8 a.m. drop the kids to school, 9 to 3 back-to-back meetings with working lunch, of course, 4 p.m. pick up the kids, 4:15 dog groomer. Oh, but that reminds me, oh dear.
Is something wrong?
Yeah, I double booked my 6 p.m. charity committee versus helping out at the kids' ballet. Oh, it's a tough one. I promised the kids.
Which one are you going to reschedule?
Neither. Divide and conquer. My husband can handle his own on the dance floor.
It's a good thing your money's been just as busy.
RF, keeping your money busy with investment products and services that match your needs.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bonami.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajesh Pahawa.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jazreel Thompson.
Infectious diseases physician.
I'm radiologist at Doctors Hospital.
An anesthesiologist here at Doctors Hospital.
And I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Are you? Are you?
Are you?
Diabetic eye disease is caused by changes in the blood vessels of your retina. This disease is the most common cause of vision loss among patients with diabetes and is the leading cause of blindness and visual impairment in working-age adults. Symptoms of diabetic eye disease can include floaters in your vision, blurred vision, fluctuating vision, impaired color vision, or generalized loss of vision. Smoking can quadruple your risk of progression of this disease. Bottom line is, smoking will cause you to go blind faster with diabetes. So quit smoking. Also, for expectant mothers who are diabetic, it is very important that you have your eyes examined during pregnancy, as rapid changes can occur in your eyes during pregnancy. And remember, good eye health is a combined effort between your eye care team, your medical doctors, and you, the patient.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation has a new deputy director. Filling the shoes left vacant by tourism veteran Ellison Tommy Thompson is sales, marketing, branding and public relations expert Latia Duncombe. Duncombe assumes the position with over 25 years of cross-industry experience. Her career path has taken her to positions both locally and internationally. Welcoming her new Deputy Tourism Director General, Joy Jibrilu, deems Ms. Duncombe's appointment as a great asset to the executive team as she has had a diverse, impactful career in corporate business leadership. And this is crucial as officials forge ahead with the task of recovering from the bruises of the COVID-19 pandemic. The longtime slogan, "It's better in the Bahamas," certainly holding true. The Bahamas has captured huge wins across various categories in travel and leisure's highly anticipated annual World's Best Awards. The country was also nominated in 20 categories in the 2021 Caribbean Travelers' Choice Awards. Counted among the nominations, Best Beach, Best Cultural Destination, Best Family Resort in the Caribbean, and Best Caribbean Wedding Destination. The good news is you still have time to cast your votes for the islands of the Bahamas, and that's by logging on to www.surveymonkey.com. Online voting closes October 31st. The good news continues with the Bahamas also being known as a top destination in the Caribbean, with major airlines like United Airlines introducing new non-stop Saturday service to Nassau from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. That begins December 18th. Now, flights became available for booking in September. Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
I love sunsets. Now that I'm retired, it's the simple things in life that are enjoyable. I couldn't say that a few years ago because I never thought of or planned for the inevitable, and I never considered the debt I would leave my family in.
BAF's final expense plan. Coverage up to $50,000 and it never decreases in value. Affordable monthly payments that never increase. Accidental death coverage and no medical exam or lab test required.
Now that I have BAF's final expense plan, I worry no more.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
I just reached. I asked him now because they close in like 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Hi. I heard y'all added more things to pay, like government fees or something.
Yes, sir. We're now accepting payments for Department of Immigration, Department of Labor, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Okay, good. I come to pay a police record and a labor certificate.
Okay, no problem. What's the name?
Uncle Boogaloo.
What's the first name?
Uncle.
And the last?
Boogaloo. You in the system.
Are you paying by cash, sir?
Coins.
Pardon?
Oh, and you could put a couple of them coins on my BPL bill. They just cut me off last night. I don't know what happened. Hey, Uncle, you straight. Okay. Yeah, don't forget my horse fish now.
Pay your government fees today at Cash and Go.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hello, my name is Joan Evans. I am the Chief Financial Officer for Abundant Life Bible Church. One of my responsibilities is to ensure that the men and women who work in service to the ministry receive their monthly wages and that their NIB contributions are paid on time each month so that their NIB benefits are available when they need it. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when everything was shut down, the NIB Employer Self-Service Portal enabled me to make payments from anywhere. I didn't need to be in office or visit NIB, which I find physically challenging anyway. We got notice when NIB's ESS portal started, but we never registered to use it until March 2020, when COVID-19 protocols forced our hand. It was convenient and our payments were instantly credited to our NIB account. I still use it, even though I'm back in the sanctuary office. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
We, the body of the Bahamas Association of Medical Technologists, or BAMAT, offer this pronouncement because our celebratory activities were suspended. We wish to say thank you to all essential healthcare workers, police and defense force officers, and to encourage the youth of this nation to seek out fields in the medical laboratory profession. And to let you know that this is a viable option for a successful and rewarding career. Scholarships are available through the Ministries of Health and Education to help you reach your goals. This announcement is brought to you by the Bahamas Association of Medical Technologists in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Residents from across the country turning out in droves for today's opening of Parliament, and while 2 females were appointed to the top chairs in both chambers, the island of Eleuthera has representation at the top as well. The new Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly is the Member of Parliament for North Eleuthera, the Honourable Sylvanus Petty.
It is with great pleasure that I accept this post as the Deputy Speaker of the House, and I will do my endeavor best to make sure that order is kept. And I warn you members, be careful. We are here to do the people's work, and you have to take the chip off your shoulder. It's not yellow, it's not red, it's not green. It's time to put the Bahamian people back into this Parliament House and make this a truly honorable house. I will do my endeavor best to make sure that order is kept this distinguished house and be fair to all individuals involved. I look forward to being your humble servant, and may God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Well, congratulating his colleague was Central and South Eleuthera MP and Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, the Honourable Clay Sweeting, who assures that Eleuthera is in good hands.
It has been almost 40 years since the Progressive Liberal Party has represented the constituency of St. John's, now known as North Eleuthera. The then member was the Honourable Peter Bethel, who made great strides for the fishing industry in developing the communities in that constituency. The now member for North Eleuthera is a true example of how hard work, determination, in building relationships leads to success. He has a tall task in rebuilding Eleuthera, but I am sure he is up for the challenge, and no doubt he will succeed. Eleuthera did indeed bring home twins, and I am excited to work along with my friend and my brother to bring back the glory days to Eleuthera with a renewed focus on family island affairs and development.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. Outside of our studios, we are under mostly cloudy skies with a temperature of 86 degrees, a relative humidity 74%. We have southeast winds at 15 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,017.0 millibars. That is 30.01 inches, and the pressure is falling. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 88 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville, Key, Marshall, Abaco at 86 degrees, 85 in the Berry Islands and Alistair and Bimini. Harbor Island, 86. Roxanne, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, St. Andrews, all at 86 degrees. Freshwick and Central Andrews have a temperature of 85 degrees. 86 in Otterstown, Cat San Salvador, Rimkey, and Georgetown. Exuma, 86 also at Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Ackles. Matchy-Tiny Nag with a warm spot this evening at 88 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwestern Islands tonight, the winds are going to be southeast, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. High tide takes place at 8:31 this evening. In the central and southeastern islands, we'll have an east to southeast component, speeds at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So caution flags up for boaters in the central and southeastern islands tonight. And then tomorrow, which is Thursday, in the northwestern islands, we have a southeast flow, the winds reducing to about 15 knots, wave heights 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. High tide that will take place at 8:57 in the morning, with a low tide at 3:19 in the afternoon. For the central islands, however, southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 with a moderate chop. Caution flags are there as well. And for the southeast Bahamas, the winds are a little stronger at 15 to 20 knots out of the east, wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And as we take you into Friday in the northwestern islands, the winds now become east to southeast, speeds at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide on Friday, 9:45 in the morning, with a low tide at 4:09 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, we'll have a zonal flow, that is winds blowing out of the east at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights down a tad, 3 to 6 feet, but we're still holding that caution flag in the central and southeastern islands on Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Shores. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Let's get it right, Bahamas. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay 6 feet apart. Remember to always practice physical distancing.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and this television station.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
The past is what drives us, but it is no more. In it, we learn valuable lessons about where we came from. The future is what we aspire to, but it is yet to be written. Thinking about it allows us to plan for a better tomorrow. The present is the only thing we possess right now. It is the moment when we rise to the occasion, so that we stand in the beauty and wonder of who we are, where our strength really matters, because our resilience speaks for itself. We plan for where we are today, a strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were, and now you get to see who we are. We are alive.
Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. with double stamps on Sundays. That's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Devon corned beef, 12-ounce, $2.49. Par Excellence long grain rice, 5-pound, $3.49. Del Monte cut green beans, 15-ounce, 99 cents. Boneless chicken breast, $2.89 per pound. Fresh tomatoes, $1.79 per pound. Take these groceries home in Super Value tote bags, 2 for $3.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates. Rotate staff between high and low stress level functions. Encourage work breaks and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
In WNBA playoff news, MVP Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Suns staring down the barrel of elimination tonight when they take on the Chicago Sky at the Wintrust Arena. Down 1-2, the Suns are expected to win Game 4 tonight and even the best of a 5 semifinal series. This according to sports betting odds, but to do so, Jonquel will have to have an MVP moment. In news from the NBA, the Phoenix Suns are reluctant to offer Bahamian DeAndre Ayton a maximum rookie contract extension, and since Ayton wants nothing less, negotiations are stalled. Ayton is eligible for a 5-year extension worth $172.5 million with escalators that could push the total to $207 million. The deadline for making that deal, October 18th. Now, as for the first overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft, Ayton has met every expectation the Suns had for him. He averaged 15.8 points and 11.8 rebounds in the playoffs. He had 14 double-doubles and shot 65.8%. All were improvements over his numbers in the regular season. And in sports news from the NFL, Bahamian Mike Strawn and the Indianapolis Colts picked up their first win of the infant season by defeating the Miami Dolphins 27-17 on Sunday at the Hard Rock Stadium. In limited playing time, Strawn had no receptions as running back Jonathan Taylor scampered 103 yards on 16 carries and a touchdown, spotting a 1-3 record. Next up for the Colts, a Monday night showdown on October 11th versus the red-hot Baltimore Ravens.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
At BPL, we are champions of safety. We've developed a work culture that is committed to safety at all levels within our organization.
We're more than just co-workers. We're a family. And to safeguard ourselves from injury, we ensure that our junior employees receive on-the-job training from our veteran employees who are more familiar with our safety protocols.
At the completion of every assignment, our crews perform a routine inspection of our system. We then contact system control for the approval before restoring power to the affected areas. It's a shared responsibility for us. By following these simple but important safety protocols, we'll reach our goal of getting to zero. Zero on-the-job injuries and zero lost time accidents. That's why at BPL for us, it's think safe, work safe, home safe.
Being the best is not a destination. It's a journey. You gotta give your all every day to get the right balance of speed and stamina. And when you draw on that speed, you get the winning performance you expect.
BTC shares this relentless pursuit of winning performance from our network to your home. Switch to the network with a team dedicated to winning speed and performance. BTC, the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Hey, long time no see.
You hear me?
Long time no see.
Boiled fish, stew fish, stew conch. I love it all.
Tourists come here to take our tours, experience our sun, sand, and sea, and they also spend money around town.
I used to see a bunch of hogfish around here, but nowadays, I hardly see any.
You protect one area, the fish do their thing, make a bunch of babies, that spread all over the sea. What's the problem?
If we protect certain parts of our sea, it keeps all parts working right.
I was against that face, but knowing what I know now, I totally agree
having marine protected areas.
I support marine protected areas.
We support marine protected areas.
Look for Bahamas Protected on Facebook.
Sign the petition. Sign the petition.
The medical technologists, with the help of lab aides and phlebotomists, test all bodily fluids to provide results. Without this group of professionals, the physicians, surgeons, and nurses will be handicapped in the management of their patients. Our test results clearly indicates if you suffer from any kind of disease or illness, be it cancer, diabetes, AIDS, or even the flu. It is important to note that even while you are asleep, we're testing. While you're in isolation, we're testing. While you are in lockdown, we are testing. BAMAT wishes you to remember that medical technologists, phlebotomists, medical technicians, cytologists, cytotechnicians, histologists, histotechnicians, microbiologists, pathologists, and lab aides all work as a team to get results for you. So please, stay home for us. This announcement is brought to you by the Bahamas Association of Medical Technologists in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Do you know that one of the main reasons for medication failure is due to non-adherence to medications? It is important that you follow these 4 R's when taking your medications. Right drug, right dose, right time, and right way. Right drug. Remember that each medication is specific for each individual, and what may work for one person may not work for the other. Therefore, you should not share your drugs. Right dose. Taking more or less than what is prescribed by your provider may cause you to either run out of your pills faster, it may affect your kidneys or liver, and it may even worsen your medical condition. Right time. Taking medications when told ensures that you have enough medication in your body to fight off the illness you may have. Skipping doses may lead to drug resistance. Right way. If your medication calls for you to take it whole, with food, or at night only, please follow these directions as there may be side effects. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bonami.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajesh Pahawa.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jazreel Thompson.
Infectious diseases physician.
I'm radiologist at Doctors Hospital.
An anesthesiologist here at Doctors Hospital.
And I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, the tropics is very quiet this evening with no disturbances out there. But on our satellite picture, we have a little mid-level trophy near the northwest Bahamas, which could fire 1 or 2 spotty showers during the course of the night. And forecast for the night simply calls for mostly cloudy conditions with a passing shower or 2. 77 degrees should be a low temperature. And tomorrow, we're going at a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine, a bit on the breezy side with a high temperature of 88 degrees. And your extended weather forecast much improved tomorrow, but we'll have an increase in shower activity beginning on Friday, and that will continue right through the weekend into the early part of next week, where we could see some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, some of which could be heavy at times. Temperature-wise, we're going to keep you in the mid to upper 80s during the daytime, and your nighttime temperatures will be in the mid-70s. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Another day